What's up YouTube, Demi with another Metacrafting session. For those of you that are new to this type of video, Metacrafting is like the end-game crafting beyond when you're crafting for your own gear, trying to buy a new upgrade, stuff like that. When you can't find an upgrade for sale, you make it yourself. It's generally never cost effective, and I don't recommend you do this unless you have hundreds of exalts to waste. So, this amulet I've already done one session on before. I'll link that in the description of this video. But it's a legacy quantity base from 1.1. It's got T1 int and T1 accuracy for this level, or I guess T2 int for this level, but whatever. It's really, really good. Winter per characters, this is what this is. Always have intelligence problems and accuracy problems. This fulfills all of that. But I want to get better prefixes on it. We currently have T1 life, bad lightning, crafted wed. Ideally, I would like T1 life, T1 wed, and then something else, you know? So we're gonna remove this craft. Actually, we're just gonna lock our suffixes first, whatever. So metacrafting means I have a triple T1 suffix or triple T1 prefix base, one or the other generally, and you're gonna mess with the other side of that. So I'm gonna try to annul this lightning damage. I locked my suffixes so I can only hit one of these three. I'm gonna try to annul the lightning. I hit my suffix cannot be changed, that's fine. Just put it back on, try it again. Try it again. That's already 4x, like don't do this if you can't afford to, it's just not a good idea. We got rid of the life roll. Great job. And we got mana instead. All right, well. So now we're back down to just our suffix base, and I will be blocking mana because mana is garbage and it has a lot of tiers. And we're just gonna sit here and slam it until we get what we want. So I hit fizz damage, which is bad and has a lot of tiers. I slammed it again, hit spell damage. Neither of which we want, so we're gonna go remove those again. We're just looking for life wed or high life, high flat LE to attacks, like cold fire lightning, any of that stuff works for me. T3 life? It goes up to 69, better than crafted, I'll hit that again. Fizz damage to attacks is bad. So the life roll's not high enough tier that I want to actually save it. I'm just gonna get rid of it. As long as you don't mess up the stages, like you don't scour without locking suffixes first, whatever, you won't break the item. That's a really low tier, but it blocks a lot of stuff. Can we hit life? Energy shield. Ugh. I'll be hitting a lot of energy shield and a lot of like percent evasion, percent armor, rarity, stuff like that. Like those show up all the time. Especially when you're metacrafting amulets. Like amulets and rings I think are some of the hardest things to craft. Is that T2? Okay, that's T2 fire to attacks. That's actually really good for me. It's better than the craft by like 2 tiers, and I benefit heavily from all types of LE damage. So we'll see if we can annul off the fizz. Of course not. Can I get it back? No, that's the lowest tier. What is third lowest tier of cold damage? Something like that. The more you do this, the more familiar you become with like tiers. That's T2 fizz, and the more like control you'll get with it. It just takes a lot of time and a lot of currency. If you're new to the channel, we have like 500 plus crafting videos on this channel. So if you want to like learn about crafting the way that I did, which was all I did was watch YouTube videos and streams. Like constantly. I learned so much by watching other people craft and explaining what they're doing as they go, which is exactly what I'm doing, hopefully. You should be able to pick it up just by watching. It might take you a while, but by watching somebody else do it, you don't have to delete your own currency experimenting. You can just watch them do it, and if they make a mistake, they'll explain it, otherwise you're just learning the correct method, you know? T1 life. T1 life. Ugh. If I do fail this session, I actually have a different amulet that I was using before this one. So even if I don't get any good prefixes back on this one, I still have a second amulet to use, it's fine. Damn it, I'm hitting life, but it's not high enough tier. I want T1 or T2 life at least. T3 is okay, but I want T1 or 2. 2 ES, great. Evasion rating, great. Also, incredible, super good, very useful. This is a life-based MF Windripper, man. Give me my deeps. Nope, back to ES. And armor this time instead of evasion, good. Ugh. But yeah, I posted a clips compilation video yesterday, I believe, is when it went up. So that's for the entirety of the, actually, that's like the first 2 weeks of this league. I have 3 more coming. So hopefully they're like well received because they take forever to edit. We spent like 5 hours on stream editing that video. Or 2 videos on stream, which was crazy long time, but it's okay, we got them done. God, armor and evasion, neither of which we want. Those are like, they're fun to make. They just take a long time to gather the clips for, because like through an average stream, I probably get like, I usually clip, I don't know, 5, 10, 15 things, depending on how lucky I am. And then I try to like compile those until I have enough clips to actually make a video, like a 10, 15, 20 minute video, you know? That takes a lot of clips, because you cut down the clips to like 5 to 10 seconds. And then it's just like, okay, I need a bunch of these to make something useful happen. Can I stop hitting like high tier flat fizz? I want Ellie. Okay. Well, there's my Ellie, fuck. Like, oh god, Wind Ripper doesn't gain anything from fizz. Why doesn't this work? I don't have int. Hang on, let me put this on for a second so you can see. I have like barely any fizz damage at 420. It's like mostly Ellie. So that lighting damage is really good, but I gotta null off the fizz because it doesn't do anything for me. 1 in 3 shot. Can we save it? Okay, we did. Nice. All right, so go back to blocking mana. And now we have to slam tier 1 life or... Yeah, tier 1 life or Wed. One or the other. Wed, I've never hit T1 Wed on this. Wed is elemental damage with attacks. It used to be called weapon elemental damage, which is why we all say Wed out of habit. It's just stupidly rare. Okay, actually, we're done. All right. I wasn't expecting to finish this today, but yeah. Wow, all right. So we hit the 2 prefixes I wanted, which means I can now lock my suffixes since they're already divined nicely, and I can divine my prefixes to 79 life and 6 to 61 lightning. I'm just gonna look at the life total until it says 79, and then I'll check the other one. I also get a lot of questions about like, 1, 2, 3 off now. About why don't I just chaos spam it at this stage? Or why don't I fossil spam it? Or why don't I essence spam it? All of those things, like, so if I chaos spam it right now as is, it'll reroll the 3 prefixes. And I'll get 2 to 3 of them. If I get 3 of them, they're all gonna be random garbage and I won't be able to lock the suffixes and scour it again. If I use an essence on it or a fossil on it, resonate or whatever, they completely ignore the suffixes cannot be changed, so just reroll the whole item. I get that question in like every single metacrafting video in the comments. You literally can't do that or it just ruins the item. So just don't. That is 2 off, getting closer. I'm gonna be really picky on these divines. Which is probably a stupid decision, but I want at least 1 off on the deeps. Like 6 to 60 is fine, but that's 4 off. That's 2 off, not quite, and 5 off. Damn it, 1 off on the life. It's gotta be perfect life, man, come on. I believe in me. Oh, all right. That's 1 off. That's what I wanted. It's not 6 and 60, but 5 and 61. That's fine too. Okay, so now we just finish it off by putting our elemental damage with attacks on it right here. It goes up to 23%. I might have to POB if that's better than this. I believe this is better than the flat, simply because this might be this is worse than Wed. Simply because it's like I have a bunch of flat already, so this should give me higher overall scaling. We'll just put on 23. Wow, first try. There you go. There's Gale Medallion finished finally. I think the last session we spent 600x on it. And I just put in another, what is that, 71x? Which is a lot of currency. So yeah, again, as I said at the beginning of this video, please do not do this if you don't have currency to waste. But gave me an additional, I think 2k tooltip from what I had yesterday. Which is, oh god, math is hard. Hang on. What's 2k divided by 71k? That's 3% more damage, which at endgame is quite a bit. Also, that for an MF Wind Ripper character to have 73k tooltip standing in hideout unbuffed, like that's insane. So if you ever play a Wind Ripper character, there's your end game goal. We did it. Gale Medallion is completed. In other news, we have brand new merch over on Teespring. If you want to click the link at the top of the description. Let me show you real quick. Look at this new merch. It's called Ahatato. It's all of our Twitch emotes, right? We combine them all into like a quilt pattern, and they're just overlaid on top of t-shirts, on top of socks, on top of blankets, on top of pillows. They're really cute. I'm actually really happy with the way these turned out, and I emailed support about it. They said that the thumbnails are rendered based off what we upload, and if it's too high of resolution of what we used, then it's gonna look pixelated in the thumbnails, but the actual printing will be high def, so. I have one of these coming as well. I want to wear it everywhere. It's fucking adorable. But anyways, thanks for checking that out. Thanks for supporting the stream. Thanks for supporting me as a content creator. I appreciate you all. There's also a Patreon below if you want to support that way. I never plugged that. I probably should do it more because those are like my most consistent supporters over on Patreon. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this amulet. Mirror threads in the description. We did it. Thanks for watching, and that'll be demi. I'll see you in the next one.